What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Late Night Snack Show Friday Live. We're here on the Friday night, the weekend before the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, guys. So we got a great show tonight. I got Austinator back, fixing to bring him in here. We're gonna talk a little bit about. Everybody knows we're gonna talk about Boba Fett, so we're gonna finish it off tonight. We got a farewell salute to Boba Fett. We'll talk about a little Peacemaker first, and Austin has a little thing he wants to get off his mind and chest about a little wrestling situation we was going to talk about last week, but we didn't get a chance. So we're going to bring that up first thing. And once we get a couple of things, we're probably bring a couple people on the panel, and that's where we'll start discussing the good old Boba Fett show. So let me bring Austin up in here. What's going on, Austinator?
What up? I'm doing very good. How are you?
Doing good, man. It's a great Friday afternoon. Just got off work, got the weekend off. Got the Super Bowl coming up. Got Valentine's Day coming up on Monday, so it's gonna be a good weekend. So a little rest. Weather's supposed to be good. So it's gonna be a good weekend, guys. We said okay. I see a couple people's already popped in the chat. I love food. Courtney, what's going on? It's good to see you. I appreciate everybody got the like on. I popped on the Twitter earlier today. We had about the Jawas Manscaped. So we talk about get a little Manscaped, some of the hair off the Book of Boba Fett later tonight. So,
oh yeah.
Austin, tell everybody where to find you first. Tell about your show and your channel and all that first.
Oh, I do a bunch of stuff over there. I review movies with Angry Care Bears. I'm going to do that on Saturday. We're reviewing the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 film. That'll end our Nightmare on Elm Street kind of retrospective, and we're going to be talking about Matrix next. So that's going to be interesting. Then I do Shadow Ad Sundays. We've been reviewing the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. This week we're reviewing the worst one out of the bunch, The Long Haul. So check that out too. I usually do a wrestling show on Mondays, but right now our schedules are kind of wonky at the moment, so kind of reassessing that. And you just find me everywhere. You can find me on Chaos Central, where we gotta talk about I gotta talk Boba Fett again. Son of a bitch. And then you can find me also on the Weekly Wrap Up on Chris Knight's channel, the Hangout on Guy Scar's channel on Wednesdays, here late on Friday nights for the Late Night Snack Show. And you can find me also on Android's channel for Galactic Chat. So, just check me out everywhere. Find me on social media. Find me at the Austinator17 on Twitter. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's lottery. Go check me out. And I'm also on the Chaos Central Twitter too. So just follow me there on both platforms. And Jason, thanks for having me on tonight. It's going to be a freaking interesting show. Always
awesome. And he said like a lottery. That's our good friend JJ, who we lost his last year. That was his great saying. But this show is like a lottery, guys. Y'all tuned in, so it's like y'all bought the lottery ticket. Y'all spending time with us, and we hope we will pay off you, and we'll get that. We pay off for you for the time you spend with us. And we can feel good like, share, and subscribe to us, guys. So we hope we'll win that jackpot for you guys. First off, let's talk about. See, we all got into Boba Fett last week, and we didn't get into no other subjects. I mean, we got into Boba Fett and went into Batman, and it was till like 4:00 in the morning. So tonight's show probably won't be as long because I can't stay up that late because I do have to go and get up in the morning. But we'll have a decent night show tonight. So we'll start off a little bit of Peacemaker. Austin, you did see the latest episode, Peacemaker.
Yes.
A lot went down in this episode. How many more do we got? I
think we have one more, and that is.
Oh man. It went to that final. We got a lot of stuff in this episode. We got the cow. We got to see what the cow looked like. I was going to do something to have. You know what would have been good? I was thinking this all day. James Gunn should have hired Mark Hamill to be a character in there in that cow barn, where the hell it was, dressed just like Luke Skywalker, and up there and milked that cow and then jugged it. Oh my God, he should have did it just to troll the hell out of
that would have been the greatest thing I've ever saw.
I was thinking of that today. I was like, damn it, man! If James would have did that, he would have been the man of the century. I mean, this episode. I mean, we lost some characters in it. I mean, spoilers. I'm gonna tell everybody spoilers if you haven't seen it. I mean, we did lose some characters in this, and I was really upset. I thought we was going to lose Eagly. I sort of pissed me off at first. I was like, man, it pissed me off because I love that eagle. But thank God, towards the end, the eagle was safe. And that was a touching. Man, I always, I hate to say it. I was freaking almost like cry there, like, oh, when they shot Old Yeller, man. Back in the day when you're a kid, I had to watch Old Yeller, and it's like hated, the part, they shot Old Yeller, but it's like, damn it, man, I was about to cry when because I thought the eagle was gonna die. And then the eagle like sort of woke up and he just come up and hugged John Cena, and I was like almost about ready to cry, man. They can people can say Titanic and all that shit, but that touched me more than anything. But
this episode was really, really good. Like it was a very emotional episode. Like the stuff with White Dragon and Peacemaker, that entire scene.
Oh, with his dad. Yeah, with his dad. God almighty.
Like John Cena may not be the greatest actor around, and I said this on an Enjoy stream, but he acted his ass off this episode.
He did, man. He did. And then spoilers again. I mean, he kills his father right there, and I was like, then he realizes what he done. I mean, he's been tortured with his dad and his, the death of his brother, and we finally got to see how, because we kept seeing. I didn't know what his brother died of. It looked like, because it never showed it. I thought he like overdosed stuff, because you seen him like was foaming in the mouth and stuff, because they never showed him getting in that little pit and fighting. And, he swung and popped him, and broke his neck or what, whatever. But and it was like he's been like tortured for that for the whole the whole series. I guess for his whole life, through the since he's been the Peacemaker. But that part when he shot his dad, I didn't know if he was really going to do it or not, because I thought he was going to back down. He popped him, and it's graphic. It shows it. I like definitely you won't see that on no Disney Plus show. I mean,
no.
I'm gonna bring a little Boba Fett in. That thing when he stabbed Cad Bane, you didn't see no blood or nothing. It didn't really look real. This looked like, I was like, holy shit. I mean, he point blank shot him right in the head, and boom, he goes, and the blood's going everywhere. I was like, damn, it was, and there's a lot, and he is really, and James Gunn goes really out. There's a lot of risque stuff he said in that show, and did and all that. But sort of, you can water it down like Disney, but the situation with it, you have to have that,
Yeah, it's like, granted, what he did was very risky, because this show can get there, but with the White Dragon character, it makes sense, because that's his character. Yeah. Like he's a piece of shit. Like he's a piece of shit. Racist. He's
all his little followers. They take all them out too. It was like, that's what I was thinking, man. I was like, man, we're getting down. We lost so many characters. I'm thinking, damn, I wonder if this is going to be a one and done season, or because it's going to have to completely, go, because we lost Murray, he died. We ain't got many left, many characters. I don't know. Did the little guy, he didn't die? I guess they got him trapped again in that thing. That's how tough.
I think Judo Master. No, I think in this episode. No, wait, hang on a minute. No, Judo Master was actually. Oh yeah, that's right. He was tied up back in the hotel because they had that fight. Which the fight scene looked great, and I actually like the character interactions this episode too. With I believe, oh crap, it was like Hardcore or Nightcore and
I gotta shake.
Damn, Adebayo.
Yeah,
like
he got when he beat those guys up at the little quickie mart place.
It's like, and then the guy just like nods at him and just like
he's like he just eat his bag of Cheetos, man. I was like, damn it, man. These scary. You know what? The thing is, I have watched some of these episodes on this show. I've already watched 3 times. I have enjoyed this show so much. That's the thing, and I like I said, Boba Fett, I've watched every episode once, and those really good ones sort of twice. I just went to the good parts, but I have no intent of watching it again. This show, I enjoyed the show. I could watch this whole damn, once it's over, I could watch the whole season front to back,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this show is like from a structuring standpoint, this show works so much better than the Disney Plus shows because it flows really well and it doesn't feel like they're busy setting up like 15 other shows. Like this show is straightforward. Like they're not real. It's a simple story, but they managed to make it a little complex enough to where it's like there's some twists and turns, but it works. Like and they set up the finale really well.
Oh,
and it's definitely going to kick ass because judging from the trailer, it looks like it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be gotta run. Hope. Yep, Courtney, appreciate you coming in. Come back if you get a chance. Like I said, I hope we get a second one. You know, you never know. I mean, it could. It looks like maybe a one and done, but I mean, I said the ratings are starting to get good on it. You know, worldwide, it's doing better than Boba Fett. I heard. At first, it was slow, but The problem is with HBO Max is I just realized HBO Max ain't worldwide. You know, they only in certain territories, so they have to put the show on different streamings and stuff. So you know, Disney got the upper hand on that. But I just to me, I like I said, I fell in love with the show. It's just I love the music. I like the way it's portrayed. I just I like the edginess. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I like the edginess. James Gunn, he's not scared to go for it. That's like I said, if he kills a guy, he does it when you see it, and it's you're like with your mouth open after the end of the episode, but it's like, holy crap. It's sort of even the guard. Could you imagine? I don't know if you could really extreme the Guardians of the Galaxy, but you could, even the Guardians, he was pushing the edges, but he couldn't, it was like, oh, PG-13, boom, that's far as you can go. But I couldn't imagine if he would have actually did that a little bit more edgier. It would have been, it might have been.
See, I don't know if Guardians wouldn't have been as good if it was rated R, though. I feel like PG-13, like for that kind of stuff, is fine, but like a show like Peacemaker should be rated R because it's like, I think certain things work better rated R and certain things work better PG-13.
Like Punisher, Daredevil. I would like to see him with a Marvel project rated R, though. Give him a character that is rated. See how he would develop it. I mean, he may not do the comedy. He might not do the this is comical with violence and thing, but I would like to see his vision and like, hey Raquel, I would love to see his vision. Maybe a Punisher, a Midnight, something. Okay, we got to go beyond that PG-13 thing. We got to, I would like to see how his vision would be, because like I said, he did really good. If DC's smart, they'll keep his, because I think Marvel, once he's done with his Guardians 3, he's done with Marvel. I've heard he's not done. If I was DC, I would have his ass signed, because J.J. Abrams ain't doing crap over there, and nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Maybe he can get something together. He may not do every film. He may not do a Superman. He might do this. But damn, he maybe can get it to collaborate, because he's already been with the team. Because he was working with Kevin. They said he was working with Kevin Feige and stuff, because he had to, because the Guardians were in other movies. So he had to work with other directors and Kevin Feige, so he has a little bit, see how their leadership and their control is. That's what DC needs. They can say, okay, this guy's been over there in the honeypot. He knows a lot of stuff that Kevin and all the guys do. Bring him over there and get him to try to rub off on the rest of us, or something, But see what happens. But like I said, well, it was a great episode. I was trying to think of some of the other parts that's in it, because it was a shorter episode. It wasn't a long episode this time. I'm trying to think. It pretty much everybody knows who everybody is now. What's her name? She knows that's her mom set her up in the group there. I guess Peacemaker's a little pissed at her still.
Well, I kind of like that, because it's like, the guy who trusted her, as like he like opened up to her, and then she basically turned her back on him and lied to him all this time, and he was hurt by it. It's like, he willingly opened up to her, and he was like, because he wasn't open to everybody else, like he was a dick to everybody, but like to her, like he actually had like some sort of a friendship with her, and then to find out that she basically planted a diary in his
exactly.
trailer.
And I hope they go into a little bit more. Why did he want to betray his own kind? Butterflies. What was his purpose of killing the cow and all that? That was another thing I was trying to. I hope they'll probably explain it, but because the main butterfly, I guess the one that's now in the Asian girls, the Asian girl.
Yeah,
I guess that's the leader. That's the leader. Okay, so and it was in that senator before. So maybe I'm assuming we'll get a little more into that, in the next episode. But I was like, why would he betray his own kind? Because I guess if they kill that cow, they'll die. So he would die too. So let's see what there's a plot. Maybe it's a twist that we don't even know. Because the main butterfly was trying to be friends with Peacemaker. He kept doing the peace sign and all that. So I would say that was like when he got loose and went into the female cop. I was like, oh shit, because now, she got her alien invasion come in there and all that from the episode before that, and that was a pretty cool scene too. We didn't get to talk about that season, the week before's episode, but that was a pretty cool scene with the little butterflies landing and all that. So
yeah,
and they went into the jail and then butterflies, and they were just running into people's noses, they were throats and stuff. So.
But my favorite scene of last week's episode was freaking Vigilante and Peacemaker in the trailer, and then they have the butterfly in the jar, and then Peacemaker's like, so was that a peace sign on the jar? And then it's like yes or no. It was a yes or no question. And then
when they're tapping on the glass, he says, "I want to know if it likes teal." That's another. Vigilante. Oh my god, that guy cracks me up the way he acts. When he was ripping his toe off, he was like, "Hey, he's ripping half of my toe off. It's okay." Oh my god!
And he's like, "I'll never be able to walk again." The pinky toe is the most important.
Dude, and he just picks up the gun. It was like, it's funny because, dude, and this is James Gunn. He just, he acts so stupid on something. That one scene, when Peacemaker was going to have to kill the mom, dad, and the two kids. He just goes up the rifle, boom, and he like, boom, and he says something funny, all that, boom, boom, and he's like, oh, it's just, oh man, I was like saying, great characters. Let's see, Fat. Let me see, Fat. Yeah, Fat. I'm gonna do a little bit. We got to get a couple things that we missed last week. Austin's got a thing on wrestling real quick. We should talk about Peacemaker first. Then we're gonna talk about the wrestling, and we're gonna go. Then we're gonna go good old Boba Fett. That's probably we'll probably bring some people in there, and then we'll do that, and then go from there from all that. But yeah, I mean, just that guy is hilarious though. Just the character. I don't know because I don't. Is that a real character in the Peacemaker? I never knew Peacemaker before. The Suicide Squad. So
I think Peacemaker is a comic book character. He's like one of the most like not well known characters.
Yeah. But Vigilante is he? I wonder if he's actually in there, or did James Gunn make that character up? That's what I was wondering. I was like, God, that character is hilarious. But that's so great, man. He put a character that nobody freaking heard of. Well, before Suicide Squad, and I mean, God, it's like to me, I'm more excited about it than any CW show or any of these Marvel shows right now. So it's crazy. Anything else you got on Peacemaker, Austin? Before we'll move on.
Well, I guess really the last thing is I just like this is kind of going back to the entire scene in the trailer. I love the reaction Peacemaker has to Vigilante, where like Vigilante is like, Mern is our moth. Is your favorite color teal? And then John Cena's like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah. When he's tapping,
he's like,
on the tap.
And then there's two rules: yes or no questions, and two, don't be a fucking idiot. And then freaking Vigilante is like, that's too many rules.
Yeah, he let's see what Fat said. Peacemaker is a comic book. Yeah, Fad. We was talking. But I was one like Vigilante. Is he actually a comic book in that comic book, or did James Gunn create him for this show? That's what I was wondering. He probably was in it, and I mean, probably wasn't as crazy as it is right here. I'm sure the real Peacemaker ain't as crazy as this one is. This is like James Gunn on steroids. But definitely it's an awesome thing. Anything else you want to talk about on Peacemaker?
Awesome. No, I think that's all I have to say. I mean,
yeah, I'm looking forward to Wednesdays. I've looked forward for every Wednesday. I was looking forward this last, like I said, was looking forward this last Boba Fett. I was then, but I'm every week I've been looking for this Peacemaker. I'm gonna miss this one. I'm gonna miss this show when it's the last episode. I'm hoping we get a renewal for a second season. So definitely. All right, this was supposed to be last week. I know some people out here ain't wrestling fans, but this ain't gonna be long. But I haven't said the Royal Rumble. I only said bits and pieces. I haven't really watched WWE as much. I know Austin, he's still into WWE. He had some Royal Rumbles 2 weeks ago, right? It was 2 Sundays. Okay. I know. Okay. Fad said yes, he was. Okay. Came from the comments. Okay. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But yeah, I love that character. But 2 weeks Sundays ago, y'all that watch WWE wrestling, I watch a lot of indie wrestling. I'm going to an indie wrestling tomorrow night. So I haven't really kept on with W because they've really pissed me off with the NXT and all that stuff. So I just, if I watch it, I could watch it because I got Peacock, but I just haven't had anything. So Austin watched was a 4-hour show, I believe you said it was 4 hours.
4 fucking hours of that.
Damn. Oh damn. I can't even handle an hour, man, of any of them now, of those. Okay. Also, I'm going to give you the floor here. Tell me the highlights, the lows, if it's all lows or if it's anything good came out of it. There. And I don't even know who's still the champions. You have to let us know who the champions and all that because I really don't know right now.
All right. So the Royal Rumble was on a Sunday. It was a week where I was off from school, and one of the only positives of the show is on a Saturday because at least I'm not staying up late at night on Sunday to watch it because, oh my God, I would have been pissed. Now, the only good match on the show was literally your first match and for the Universal title, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, which, let me tell you, Roman came out to a great pop, and then Seth Rollins came out to the Shield music and Shield gear to like mess with Roman Reigns' head, and Roman's getting pissed, and Seth's doing the Shield entrance, and it's like, oh my God, that was badass. And then that was
the first match. That was the first match.
Yeah, that was the first
match.
And let me tell you, I was petrified because I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to do this stupid like finish where Roman's going to drop the belt to Seth. Like if that happened, I'd have lost my shit. I would have been, what the fuck? But so some of the highlights, Seth Rollins throughout the match had the upper hand because like he knew Roman Reigns like inside and out, basically. Like, he countered a Superman punch on the outside, powerbomb to the table. Like he did his like elbows to the back of the head, and then like he had the buckle bomb and the curb stomp, and I'm like, oh my God, no way. And then like they did the false finish, and I'm like, oh my God, Jesus. And then Roman makes the comeback. He did like a clothesline at one point, and Rollins did like a huge crazy like bump, and Rollins like went for a frog splash. He hit that for a near fall, and then he tried to go for the Phoenix, and then Roman was like countering, and Roman hits the spear on the outside. He hit a couple Superman punches, and then Roman went for the spear on the in the ring, and then Rollins hit him with the pedigree counter, and it's like the near fall, and that was crazy because Roman, it was like literally a near fall. Like it was like 1-2, and it was like 2 and like 2.9, and Roman kicked out. Like, oh my God, that was scary. And then Roman hits a spear on him, and then Rollins is like laughing at him, like he's going ha 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 ha, like Seth Rollins does, and he tries to do the fist bump with Roman. He's like, "I love your brother," and then Roman's getting pissed. He's like,
Moxley didn't show up in that, right? Because there were rumors he was coming in there. He didn't show in that, right?
No, he didn't.
Okay,
there was no. There was only like one open door. It wasn't even really an open door. It was more like a favor. But anyway, Roman like puts him in the guillotine, and Roman's pissed. Like he's not. And then like Seth's trying to get to the rope, and like Seth's like nearly out of it, and then the ref like tries to like he lifts the arm, but then Rollins gets his hand on the rope, and then Roman's like getting pissed. He's like he keeps the guillotine on him, and then and it gets to the 5 count. I'm like, keep the guillotine on him. Keep the guillotine on him. And then, of course, Rollins, he keeps the guillotine on him, and the ref has to DQ him because Roman basically choked him out. And, dude, this crowd was booing the shit out of him. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God. I was so scared. I was so relieved. I literally put on Twitter in all caps, I'm so freaking happy because freaking Roman retained. And I'm like, thank God they did not do that stupid finish. And then after the match, Roman grabbed a chair because Roman's like, I'm not done with this bitch. And then I'm like, kill him, kill him, kill him. And then Roman bashed him in the back with a chair like he did, like Seth did to him. Like he bashed him over and over. And he throws the chair out of the ring. He goes to leave, and then Roman kicked the shit out of him again with the chair. I'm like, oh my God, that was sick. And then that was the end of the match. And let me tell you, that was the best match of the show.
That was the only thing that was really good.
Now, then we got the Women's Royal Rumble. Well, I will tell you this, at least it was better than the Men's Rumble, but that's not saying much. So, yeah, Sasha Banks in the Sailor Moon outfit, which, oh my God, that looked
I did see that. I saw that.
Then Melina came out, and she looked great. Unfortunately, they fucking botched it because Melina got eliminated earlier than she was supposed to, and I'm like, oh, God, no, what? So that pissed me off. And then it's like, there's a few entrants here and there. Like, there's a couple surprises. The Bellas came back, so I'm like, oh, who cares? There was, like, nobody. I don't even think there was anybody from NXT. I didn't really care. No. She was like the SmackDown champion. That was fucking dumb. I don't know why Charlotte was even in there. Oh, wait, to set up the match with Ronda Rousey, that makes no freaking sense. But so Charlotte's in there. Mickie James came in with the Knockouts title, and she came up with an Impact theme. And I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty cool. And Lita was there, and it was some cool shit. And I'm like, okay, and Sasha Banks got eliminated really early. I'm like, fuck. Now it's like, all right, well, if Ronda Rousey doesn't show up, this Rumble's fucked. Because it's like it's just. And then Ronda came in at number 28. And I'm like, yep, that's who's gonna win right there. I'm like, it was so predictable. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Really? I'm like, don't get me wrong, I get it. If you're gonna bring Ronda back, you gotta have her win. Like, I get it. You want to have someone marquee win it. Like, Ronda makes sense. I mean, I like Ronda in the ring. Don't get me wrong. She's actually a good worker from what I've seen. But, oh, man. It just, like, Bianca couldn't win. Like, I mean, I like Bianca, but, fuck. But, okay, Ronda makes sense. The Rumble itself was okay, but it was better than the Men's Rumble. But, again, not saying much. Then you had Becky Lynch versus Doudrop for the Raw Women's title. I'm like, I literally took a break. I'm like, nope.
Well, I don't know. Did Becky won that, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, Becky retained. It's so predictable. I'm like,
okay. Yeah.
Like, geez, I just don't buy Doudrop. I'm sorry, but with a name like Doudrop, I'm like, fuck that.
I figured they would, since they got rid of the what's her name? They gave her the name. They would pretty much was gonna change it back to her what she was, but
yeah, it's like that was Becky just retaining like a forgettable match where she had to like the manhandle slam off like the top rope or something. I don't care. Well, actually, going back to the Women's Rumble, there was like one where Ivory came out like the right to censor stuff, and I was like, all right, that was pretty cool. And Mighty Molly came in. There was a couple of cool surprises.
Oh, Small. Yeah.
I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Then we got to the dream match. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. Well, so the promo package at the beginning was awesome. Like, they hyped it up. Like, this is like this big match. And, Brock came out, Bobby came out. It was like big fight feel. I'm like, all right, I'm excited for this. And then you had Paul Heyman do the introduction with Brock. That was like, okay, this is going to be interesting, And then the beginning of the match was pretty cool. Like, they were doing like the collar elbow tie up. And then like Brock was hit a German. And then Bobby hit a German back. It was like, okay, this is getting sick. Then Bobby goes for the spear through the barricade, but Brock moved, and then it became the Brock Lesnar standard of German. And then there was a ref bump off the F5. This was the best part of the match, by the way. Freaking Roman came out and speared Brock. And then Paul Heyman had the WWE title in his hands, and then he handed Roman the belt. And because it was a master plan all along by Roman Reigns. And Roman hits Brock with the belt. And then Bobby Lashley's the new WWE champion. The best part of the entire match was the ending. Other than that, it was a big, giant waste of time. Big disappointment. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the problem with this match was because Brock was still in the feud with Roman, this match got handicapped by a lot. So I kind of want to see this match again on a bigger stage and without the Roman feud when Brock's done with it. But that's the feud going to WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and I'm going to get into that. Why, as much as I think I would actually like to see it, because now that the roles are reversed, Brock's the face, Roman's a heel. Roman's doing the best work of his career. I like the match at Crown Jewel, so I'm like, okay, their match at WrestleMania can't be as bad as their last one. So I'm like, okay.
So what they got next? Is Crown Jewel the next thing? Then WrestleMania? Is that what it's going to?
No, it's actually going to be Elimination Chamber, which I'll get into why I think the Men's Royal Rumble is fucking stupid. So the Men's Rumble, surprisingly, I cannot blame Vince for this one because Vince had nothing to do with the Men's Rumble. It was Shane that had to do with this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This Men's Royal Rumble was ass. Like, no, there was two surprises. One was Bad Bunny and one was Shane McMahon.
Well, Shane's supposedly fired from the WWE, I've heard. So I don't know if that's
this Men's Rumble was cool.
I don't know if that's a gimmick or if it's real or not. But that's the news going around. He got fired. I was like, oh, and the rumor she's going to go to AEW. I'm like, oh, that would be very interesting. But I was like, oh God. All right, go ahead and tell us about it because I didn't watch it. So I know.
So AJ started the match. I'm like, okay, AJ's gonna at least be the Iron Man of this match because it's AJ Styles. I'm like, okay, they're gonna do something with him. Nope, he gets eliminated by Riddick Moss of all people. I'm like, fuck you.
Riddick Moss. Oh my God, I used to see him in NXT.
I was like, oh fuck you. I'm like, that's when I knew this shit was going downhill. I'm like, fuck me. So AJ gets eliminated. I'm like, great. So then all these people come back. Drew came back, which I was surprised. He has like a neck injury going on.
Yeah.
But I heard he's doing okay. So it's like, okay, Drew, I like Drew. I'm like, all right, cool. Which, by the way, his Broken Dreams theme, bring it back. Like, for God's sake, please bring it back. That theme was awesome. So Drew's in the match, and then it's like, okay, everyone else, like, it was so like blah, like nothing really. It was like a mid-card Royal Rumble besides like a couple main eventers. It's like, Kevin Owens came out. I'm like, oh my God, please, because I'm a huge Kevin Owens mark. I'm like, please, for the love of God, let Kevin Owens win. And Kevin Owens gets eliminated by Shane McMahon of all people. I'm like, fuck you. And then Big E's not even part of the freaking. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then you had freaking Kofi Kingston come in and he botched the fucking barricade spot again. I'm like, God damn you. So this entire match was stupid. Riddle came out. And fun fact, Riddle was actually supposed to win this fucking Rumble. I'm like, why you done that? Because you could have set up Randy Orton and Riddle for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Holy shit, that would have been awesome. But no, instead. And you know what? The sad thing was, the best part about this Royal Rumble was Johnny Knoxville coming out. You know WWE superstar Johnny Knoxville. You know that guy. Yeah. World champion Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, he came out.
How long did he last?
He only lasted, I think, like a minute or so. Like, surprisingly, he throws one of the best forearms ever. He actually was not bad. Like, he was really only in there to take like bumps and stuff. Like,
yeah, he's promoting Jackass 4. Yeah, that's pretty much.
But he was great. Like, and you know what? As much as I will shit on Bad Bunny in this match, I actually think Bad Bunny is actually one of the better celebrity wrestlers out there because you can tell he's definitely trying and shit, but not good enough to be part of the Final Four.
Let me put my Bad Bunny glasses up for since we're talking
about
Bad Bunny.
The only real positive thing I will say about it, though, because it was in St. Louis and Randy Orton came out and he got a huge pop. Like, he got like the big mega hometown pop, and like, hell yeah, because I'm also Randy Orton mark. I will always be a Randy Orton mark. He came out and he started hitting RKOs. I'm like, oh, they're so fresh. And then like they did like a poetry motion type thing where Randy was on his knees and like Riddle jumped off and hit an RKO. And I'm like, oh, that was cool. And then number 30 came out. It was Brock Lesnar.
Wow. Okay.
Remember how fucking stupid Roman coming out in 2017? No, this was stupid. Yeah. Like, I get it. If you're going to set up Roman Brock, because they were going to fucking do it anyway. Why would you even put Brock in the Rumble? That was dumb. And then he came out number 30. Brock eliminates everybody. And the final four, I shit you not, the final four of this match was Bad Bunny, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. I was like, no fucking way. There was no way this was real.
That ended pretty quick, didn't it?
Oh, my God. So Brock eliminates everybody, and the final two is Drew and Brock. I'm like, okay, this at least makes sense because of, the previous Royal Rumble that they were in. It's like, okay, that makes sense. And then it wasn't even that long either. Like Drew goes for the Claymore kick, and then Brock counters that, and he F5s him out of the ring, and then Brock wins the Rumble. I'm like, oh my God, what? I'm like,
Predictable.
It was so predictable. It was just like you knew that whoever dropped the belt, either Roman or Brock, was winning the Rumble. I'm like, come on, that was dumb. And it's even more stupid when you find out that Brock Lesnar is going to be in the Elimination Chamber for the WWE title, which more than likely he's going to win that and make a match between him and Roman, a champion versus champion match.
Probably.
Which begs the question: why the fuck would you even give Brock Lesnar the Rumble to begin with?
They don't have no ideas, man. Like I said, I've heard Shane McMahon's been fired. Triple H has no say of nothing anymore. So I guess
Triple H at the moment is currently in the corner crying his eyes out.
Pretty much, Bruce Pritchard and Nick Khan is running the show. I don't even think Vince is even calling shots anymore.
I don't think he is either. This Rumble was bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Brock. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, Brock Lesnar is horrible. No, I think Brock's great, especially now. Like, he's having more fun with it. It's just, he did not need to win the Rumble. There was no point, especially if you're going to fucking put the belt back on him, just so that way you're fucking over Bobby Lashley too. So you're going to put the belt back on Brock, just so we could drop the belt to Roman Reigns, who's going to. The only way this would make sense to me is if they're going to unify the belts.
Probably. They may get rid of because I don't know when the contracts come up with SmackDown and Raw. I mean, the way the WWE is running right now, I could see just have one. They could eventually just go into one show. I mean, they're doing bad. Or there's no reason to have a 3-hour Raw and a 3-hour SmackDown. Was it 2 hours or 3 hours on SmackDown now?
It's I think SmackDown's 2 hours.
2, but that was 3 still, right? The Raw.
Yeah, Raw's still 3 hours. Which
why the hell you need 3 hours on Raw? I stopped watching when it got 3, and then they was talking they wanted to do it 4 hours. I was like, why do you want to see 4 hours? I mean, you get to the party, it's just boring. You know, it drags. And I remember I was starting recording when I was at work when I was working on the coast. I come home and I was zoomed through it for like 15 minutes because it was so bad.
It's really frustrating because unfortunately, what WWE does not understand, they can't fucking rely on 10 minutes of Roman Reigns to save it. You know, as much as I like Roman Reigns and I think right now he's probably the best thing they have.
Yes,
they can't just rely on him.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. I did see this weekend. Did you see who went to AEW? Mr. Limitless, Keith Lee.
I saw that. I'm like, thank God he's no longer Bearcat. I'm like, great. He's in some place where at least he'll be fucking treated with respect.
Oh yeah.
Other than NXT, I think his NXT run was great.
And his wife. I would say I doubt if he's watching, but congratulations, he just got married this weekend. Also, that's a beautiful wife. And I saw her wrestling when she was in Impact, and she was in NXT and locally and some local shows also. She's an awesome wrestler. Also, hopefully AEW, because they released her. Also, hopefully they will bring her into that organization also, because that's you talk about women's Royal Rumble right there. There was a loss right there. There's one athlete they lost right there. But I don't know. I think WWE just going to have to crash and burn, and Vince is going to have to just let it go, and somebody's got to take over and just rebuild it. I mean, I don't know if they can. They've nosedived. I don't know how they can get out of it now. They have literally nosedived this company.
It's just I'm genuinely fucking appalled, especially after the Rumble. It's like that had to be one of the worst Rumbles I had ever seen, like live. Like, how
was the crowd? Because I've seen some things on like people's when they were on YouTube. They'll show the panning of the crowd, and they're pushing people up close because they like if you pan a little further, there's nobody. This is Raw's. And there's like empty seats everywhere. Because I remember the shows that come here in Miami and Tampa and stuff would come to the rings and they would sell out. And they would good. It would get a good nosebleed seat. Eric, they went to Raw and they called $50, $60, $70 for a nosebleed. It wasn't a bad seat, but it was up there a little bit. And see, now there's like $10, man. They come to town now. It's like $10. You can almost sit by the ring. They're trying to get people to go just show up now. It's got that bad. So I was wondering how did the crowd look? I doubt it was sold out, but how I was wondering how
the crowd was all right. I mean, it looked not like packed, but it looked like there was people in it.
Yeah, but
and, they you know, as far as like reactions and stuff, I mean, they reacted throughout the show. It's just more like they weren't like on their feet the entire time. Like a lot of it was like you could just feel like it wasn't silent, but it was like
but you know, like 5 years ago, man, if you had said a Royal Rumble is not sold out, or a Royal Rumble or Survivor Series, you know, the big daddies, that WrestleMania, if you said those was not sold out, and you'd be like, are you crazy? You know, because them seats were sold out months and months before they happened. And it get tickets, he was like astronomical. He was like, you're gonna pay $100+ for a ticket. And now you say, oh, Royal Rumble, you know, I mean, Royal Rumble is it ain't as high, as WrestleMania, but it's right second tier. It's right there underneath it. Survivor Series right there too. And SummerSlam, as I say, those are the big going on for 20+ years shows. And he was like, oh, Royal Rumble, it wasn't sold out. And that's crazy. That's just crazy.
It's just, God, man, this company, like, unfortunately, I'm gonna keep watching this stuff because, again, because I said, like, if Roman Reigns dropped the belt, I was not watching because it's like there's no point.
And they can't blame the pandemic. They'll start this pandemic. It was not pandemic because a lot of these they've put into states that they are not mandatory regulations or masks or anything, and they still can. Like Florida, Texas, they've been putting. Where was it last? Where was that Royal Rumble at? I don't even remember where was that one at. Texas, Las Vegas.
Which one? This year? Or
this year.
This year was in St. Louis.
Okay, that state is not. They don't have any regulations there. See, that's what I'm saying. Look, and they've put them in Texas, and there's a lot of wrestling fans in Texas. There's a bunch of wrestling fans here in Florida. People they don't want to see it. The product sucks, and they're like, we don't want to see it. That's just and that's crazy. I mean, I remember it was like, you want to go see a WWE show, even a house show? It's like it's gonna cost you $100. That's the way it used to be. We might get you $50 seats, but you're gonna be way up there, the rafters, But house show, yeah, it was, it's less crazy now. It's like, and it was sold out too. Even the house shows. This was a local house show. I remember going to Tampa with when the NWO came back with Hulk Hogan, and they was facing The Rock and Stone Cold on. There was a house show over there in Tampa, and my friend got tickets, and it was pretty. This was way back there. You remember it was this was 20 years ago, and it was in the Sundome. That place was packed, man. I remember, and it was hard. He had to get those tickets like almost like 4 or 5 months in advance because they were just sold out. And it's like, there's not that excitement anymore. And then it was like it was like WrestleMania to me, that because I saw all the big stars I ever wanted to see. I saw Hogan, the NWO, Stone Cold. I think Undertaker was there. Met Christian and Edge. They were still the Brood then. It was a great show. It was a house show. That was a house show. I mean, it was like a slam dam packed Raw, and it was a house show. But yeah, you go to a house show now, it's so watered down. You go get the guys working at Walmart, and he pretended to be some guy now. So it's not what it used to be. But
yeah, it's just they have nobody. It's like, who can they really, other than Roman Reigns, and Brock, who's like their big stars? Like, they don't have any. Like, I mean, Randy to a degree is a big star, but Edge too. But
yeah, again, we don't have nobody goes out there and rile the crowd up like The Rock. The Rock can go out there for 15 minutes and do his singing his guitar or talking about pie or whatever. And dude, the freaking fans would eat that up. I used to love it, man. That Flair would get out there and do his little dance and talk. Even Bret Hart, when they used to do the Canadians versus the America, when the Hart Foundation versus Stone Cold and all them. They didn't even have to wrestle. They would rile the crowd up for 30 minutes. Then you can have a 2-hour show, like 30 minutes of it. You've been excited because you're hearing them. It's like a big back and forth, but that riled everybody up. But now you don't get nothing. It's like,
Okay, we're going next to the cruiserweights. This is Rey Mysterio versus let me see who they're gonna pull out of the hat. Some jobber, and you're like, oh, it's like no storyline. It's like the storyline sucks. It's like I don't know. I've lost interest in. I have, like I said, all the time I watch it now is if I see a cool video on YouTube, so I see a cool match. Okay, I'll check it out. Or I'll try to watch AEW when I get a chance. But I rather watch independent wrestling because it seems like the guys there put more effort in. It feels you can you can feel the emotion, you can feel the excitement. They just feel so bland now.
WWE just fucked up on Twitter because they're fucking morons. They literally just posted a spoiler for next week's SmackDown because there's supposed to be a match between Shinsuke and Sammy for the IC title.
Oh, yeah?
They just fucking spoiled Sammy's winning the belt next week.
Oh, they just said it on Twitter?
Yeah, they just said, new champion crowned at SmackDown tapings in New Orleans. Lost it in New Orleans.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I think WWE now, I don't have to waste 2 hours of my life watching that crap. So, I thank you, Austinator. You saved me 4 hours of my life that I don't have to. I know what happened, and you're glad I didn't spend 4 hours.
Oh, you're welcome. Trust me. I'm not. I don't watch these shows weekly.
See,
anyway.
I should have just came on the panels and listened to y'all talk about Boba Fett. Then I wouldn't have had to watch it then. So
trust me. But honestly, the only good thing about it is at least Sami Zayn's doing shit and winning championships.
Yeah.
Finally, thank God. But it's overall just this shit's pissed. It's just I can't even fucking stand it. It's like I have to watch it. Like it's not even like I have to. No, I have to watch it and talk about it because honestly I can't complain about it unless I see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Because granted, I'll give them their due if they do something good, like my Royal Rumble review. I said, look, this show is bad, but I'll give Rollins Reigns credit. They at least put on a good match. It's I'm not going to shit on the wrestlers unless they're really.
That's the thing. I hate shit on the wrestlers because I saw a lot of those wrestlers. I saw busting their ass over in NXT Fort Pierce, which is small town over next to me, little and 300 people in that auditorium, and I saw Sieber and all that, and they were on the road on their own cars traveling to to put on a good show. And them guys they would meet you, autographs, really good performers. I like Charlotte, Becky. I've seen a lot of them, and they moved up. So I hate to bust on because I've seen them move up. So, but it's just like I said, I believe the writers, they're bosses. And they're living under a very hostile work environment, I would call it, because they don't know if tomorrow, hey, Becky Lynch, your outfit is in the trash bag over there by the dumpster. That's I was talking about what happened to what's her name, Mickie James, and that could happen. You never know. Look at all the people that released. You never know. Hey, bro, guess what? You can go smoke dope at the corner store tomorrow because you're no longer with us. And that it could happen because there's before you never seen wrestlers just get tossed out the door, especially big name ones. If you lost a Vincent or a freaking a little jobber guy, okay, but you never seen Brooklyn Brawler. Hell, the Brooklyn Brawler survived all these years. I think they just recently got rid of him. Some of them cut downs. But you never seen that. Now it's like, okay, the thing, one of the top selling merchandise, we're going to get rid of you. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's baffling. And that's why it's like, what the fuck? It's like now you're putting yourself in a situation of what do you do?
We piss the fans off, which they could say wrestling is fake. Okay, it's fake, it's entertainment. But it's just like football, it's just like basketball. It'd be like I would just say, okay, the Dolphins back in the day, Dan Marino was the man, or Joe Montana of the 49ers. It'd be like them say, okay, Joe, you just won the Super Bowl. I said, but you know what? We don't want you. We're going to get rid of your ass. Leave. They would piss them 49ers fans off. And that's the same way it's doing the wrestling fans.
You go, you know, I spent $40 on this freaking or I say Bailey. It's Bailey shirt. I spent $40, and then you just released her ass. You know, my little daughter's a Bailey fan. She got Bailey doll, Bailey this, and now you really that's some of these fans get really into the wrestlers. I got some friends that's like that. I was like, dude, it's not real, guys. This is fun. It's fun, but they get really into it. I mean, and that's the thing. And those fans are loyal fans. And when you just freaking kick them right in the balls and kick them in the, you know, they do not like it. And so I mean, I think, and then you can see empty arenas, empty ratings, terrible. I mean, you've alienated the hardcore fans of WWE /F, whatever, you know, what it should be still known as.
And you know what? Honestly, now I go back to early 2000s stuff because that's my jam. I love.
Oh yeah,
Ruthless Aggression is like, I know the Attitude Era, like it is probably one of the best eras of wrestling, but Ruthless
Attitude,
really,
you know, I could go back and watch Impact or what was a TNA before it was Impact. It's TNA. I could go back and watch that, and it's way more exciting. And and that's, you know, old stuff back in the old type. You remember the what he said, that odd ring? Dude,
yeah.
Samoa Joe, AJ style matches, fire matches, man. And I could still go back and watch them, and it'd be more exciting than putting on the Raw right now.
Oh, absolutely. Like anything, but honestly, anything's better than Raw.
Old ECW, old WCW, some of the old WCW. So back to when NWO or even the WCW before NWO was pretty good. Some of the old time.
Yeah. Like, I would say WCW before Hogan came in, I thought that stuff was like, oh, this was good shit. And then Hogan came in.
Original Sting, original Luger and all that. Oh, yeah, that was original Flair, the Horseman. Yes, exactly.
And then Hogan came in and it kind of stalled for a bit. It was like, you know, like it's Hogan. So it's like, okay. But then when NWO came in, it's like, okay, this is like, this is where we're rejuvenated a little bit. We're getting some cool stuff. And then it hit a snafu with all the creative stuff. It's like, oh my God, no. It's like, and then they, like WCW, I will always say this, WCW has a place in history as, you know, WWF's competition. They were, and even like, it was the good alternative. It's like the AEW to WWE now. It's an alternative. Yeah. But WCW, if it wasn't for the AOL Time Warner merger, I feel like WCW, I wouldn't say it would have been around longer. I would have been around longer. I don't know how much longer it would have been around, but I think it was the merger that really killed them, but it didn't help that they're creative. And
Ted Turner, I think because he lost the control. I think Ted Turner really didn't want to get rid of him, but Ted Turner wasn't the boss anymore. So it's the same way, he kept the Braves and he kept the Hawks and all that. As soon as AOL, they sold them all. They sold all the little franchise, and that was just I think Ted. It was Ted's I think Ted Turner just had it as he is a personal fund because he liked to. Hey, I'm a billionaire too. I can throw money. That's all I say. Even the WCW didn't make money. He was friends with Vince. He said, "Hey, you know what? I'll take your guys and make your show look like shit." That's the way he played it. And he didn't care. It was chump change to him, you know. But
now I actually didn't know this, but I heard apparently he's actually still alive, Ted Turner. Which
he's old. Like, he's old now.
Yeah, I think he's like in his 80s. I think
he's like Vince. Vince is up there now too. Up there,
which is crazy because you don't really hear about the guy anymore. So it's like you kind of
dude. He got hit. I guess he was married to Jane Fonda. I think it was back in the day.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know if he is now because you know how Hollywood people they go through wives and like every other year or so. But
it's like I don't know, like, but WCW fucked up a lot too, and like some of it was worse than. Well, actually, I won't say worse than now, but they were up there. Like, you know what? I'm not going to give this guy crap because Jeff Jarrett, I think, is a solid worker. He was never world champion material to me. Like, he was a guy that, don't get me wrong, if you built him up correctly, I think he would have been a solid world champ. It was just too late. And by that point, Jarrett was a mid-carder. And they fucked up Bret Hart, too. I was like,
She's calling us a lady, so I was like, unfortunately.
well, thanks, Carol.
I was like, that way. Oh, Lordy.
But WWE keeps making WCW's mistakes. It's like WCW, everything WCW did wrong, WWE's doing the same thing. It's like...
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark, so we got our pretty much what we was going to talk about last week, I think, pretty much, right, Austin? On the wrestling.
Oh, yes. We got my rant out of the way, and we got Peacemaker out of the way.
Exactly.
Now...
She's laughing at us now. Carol's always poking at us. Look at that. Okay, I do have the link in there, guys. Fad, I know you wanted to come in. I do have the link in there, so we're going to have our little salute to the Boba Fett. And we're going to open up the trash cans. We got 7 trash cans, so we're going to open them up. See if we find any treasures in their trash cans. You know, because you can recycle trash, so there might be some good things in there. So let me put the link in there again. Let me see if anybody. I know. I want to warn everybody. Now some of the stuff might be said. We're having fun. We're not no hate. We're not no hate channel here. We might poke the bear a little bit. It might piss some hardcore fans off, but. Hey, if you like it, hey, I'm all for it. But I love Star Wars too. There's things I like. I don't like. It's like Last Jedi. I mean, I don't like it, but I'll go back and watch it because there's some things in it I do like. There might be a lot I don't like, but I do like it in certain things. Even this show, it wasn't my cup of tea. There was a couple sips in there I did like. So there was a couple things that I do cherish that I've been looking forward. Oh, I love food. I'm sorry, I love food. But it's like, God damn it, I'm tired of this wrestling shit. Yes, we are talking about Boba Fett. We had to get a couple things off for a second, but yeah, we had Austin had to get that off about the wrestling. But
man! But now we're talking about Boba Fett. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Bad, what's up, brother?
First of all, I just want to mention on the wrestling thing. Yeah, I agree, Austinator. My time period with wrestling was the 90s, the Attitude Era. Love the Brood, love that group of people. I've caught some of the wrestling here lately, and I've just not been impressed. Not impressed at all.
Yeah.
As for Boba Fett, not impressed there either.
But, guys, before we start talking, I made this little, salute to the Book of Boba Fett. So, like I said, I don't want to piss nobody off. Please don't upsub me. I mean, if you have to, you have to. I'm sorry. I know it might piss a few, hardcore people out there. It's just all for fun. So, let me roll this real quick and enjoy, guys. And salute to Bubba.
And my salute's the middle finger salute.
Okay, here we go.
There was something slightly disturbing about that whole situation.
I my sub count probably just dropped 100 right now. So. And we salute you, Bubba.
Yeah. The hell was that? That finale. What the hell was that? I don't get it. I give it a 0.5 out of 5.
0.5.
It doesn't even get a full point.
Oh, really?
And I'll tell you why. The action was great. Boba riding a Rancor. Oh my God, awesome. But just like in Empire Strikes Back, when Luke ran off to Bespin to fight nothing and end up getting rescued by the friends he went to rescue, there was no point in Grogu being on Tatooine. All he did was hold Mando back because, Mando failed whenever he was worried about the child, And there was no point for the end of Mandalorian Season 2. What was the point of the whole Luke Grogu storyline if they're just going to walk it back and send him right back to Grogu? Send him right back to Mando.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Exactly.
Why? And my final nitpick, and I'm going to leave it alone until, you guys ask me another question. My final nitpick is, I know Boba doesn't consider himself a Mandalorian. I get that. But Din Djarin came to fight for him. And in the scene where they're about to get ready to go outside and fight, Din Djarin looks at him and says, "This is the way." And Boba didn't answer him back. If you have respect for the people that fight with you, you can at least answer their custom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, it's a nitpick, I know, but still. There was no respect between him and Mando.
So, what would you give my salute to him? What would you give the grade on that one?
I'm going to give that one a WTF and a 5.
Hey, if you really didn't, the part when it had Luke and Han, and they're looking around, you know what I'm talking about. You know why I put that in there, don't you? Even had Pulp Fiction. He was like, where the fuck is Boba?
I was about to say, that was a great cameo by Travolta. I mean, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he was looking for him. Even him, he was looking for him in the show.
Even he was going, what the hell is this shit? And they cucked Boba. They cucked Boba Fett. That whole freaking series cucked Boba Fett.
Exactly. I'll play it again later at the end of the show of Jedi.
I didn't like it. No, sir. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. No, sir.
Yeah. You think it was Favreau's fault on this?
No, I actually think Kennedy might have stuck her fucking nose into it, and because she was not happy with them bringing Skywalker back again. She wants to cuck Skywalker so bad it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Personally, I think it's because she tried to date Mark Hamill and Mark Hamill told her to go fuck herself. So she wants to cuck his character.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
I was joking. I can't fabricate that.
It wouldn't surprise me, dude. It would not surprise me these days.
But no, I think for somehow, some way, Mark Hamill hurt her feelings at one point. She just wants to cuck his character.
Yeah. I called Favreau up and told him I was disappointed. This is what response.
Really sorry. I apologize unreservedly.
That's what I got from him. So.
Well, no, see, poor Filoni. He's shaking his head right now too, going, "What was that mess?"
Yeah,
and Favreau's sitting over on the Marvel side, going, "I had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that."
Well, what pisses me off more about the finale, they took 2 episodes of the show where they could have continued setting up plot. They chose to make a Mandalorian episode and a Luke Skywalker episode. They had no excuse for this freaking finale to be crap anymore because you wasted 2 episodes, so this finale needed to be freaking great. But no, they chose the way of stupid bullshit of it is so it's baffling to me. I know I said this about the wrestling thing, but I'm fucking baffled at this episode because it's you clearly it needed 8 episodes. it's so weird to end it on 7. It's like, did they forget an episode? Like, what?
And another. I just thought of another nitpick. Sorry, the Darksaber. No, it's supposed to be more elite than that. Barely did anything against a battle droid.
Yeah.
And in fact, they Deus Ex Machina this fight because they brought the little Force user in, and he just kind of rips things apart, and then he puts a Rancor to sleep. I mean,
yeah,
it's like
that was all selling for the kids. So it was.
And then you had a freaking Power Ranger freaking do like a 360 spin.
Oh, that was Chris Brown, man. You didn't know that? I was trying to find that clip. I was going to put that in there too, but
I heard a really funny pitch for a new show on another channel, and if I could remember who said it, because I've been on a lot of channels here lately. If I could remember who said it, I'd shout them out. But if you guys are listening, whoever you are, and happen to hear this, I'm shouting y'all out without shouting out your name because I can't recall who it was. But somebody pitched an idea for a new Disney Plus show. They want to call it Grogu and the Rancor Adventures.
Yeah, I heard about that. I think you told me last night. You told me last night about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would probably be a better show than what we got.
That's what Food says. Food says, when my girl told Bubba they were not going to the castle, I gave up. Oh, Lord.
It's just, I wouldn't have been so harsh on the finale. Yeah, what's up?
Positive I have, though, I love the Wookiee.
Oh yeah, but like Cassandra, yes.
He got drugged down by 6 Trandoshans and survived.
Exactly. And really, they didn't put him in enough. They should have put him more in there.
And that was interesting because normally Trandoshans skin Wookiees.
Yeah. I wish it had him more in there. Yeah, that was the thing. I was expecting, like, the Pikes were really weak. I was expecting more of a battle scene than we got.
Well, what would you expect when they did nothing with the Pikes until last episode?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, God, they did. In the animated, but they were badasses in the animated.
Yeah,
shows.
they were badass. But
and why did they not kill the Twi'lek fucking Major Domo?
Bulletproof Wookiee. Yeah, he got shot a lot. That was one thing. He did shoot him a lot.
Yeah, that is a good. Like, that Twi'lek should have died too.
The Wookiee was great. Why did they not kill that tail-headed freak?
Well, him and the lady from the dated the Jawas. Yeah, they had them both together. It was like, oh God, it just cringe moment. And now I could just see. I was thinking they were going to start kissing each other. I was like, oh God, or something. I was like, got a cringy moment there for a minute. But
take nothing away from this episode. There was a couple decent things here and there, like the Cad Bane stuff. I thought was great.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's alive. There's no way they're killing him off.
I was watching, was it Star Wars Theory? One of his things, and he knows something. He's like Ninja. They know all these bits and pieces. I'm like, oh wow, So he was getting. He said the blinking light is a heart indicator for his droid. That little droid we saw in the Bad Batch's droid to come get him, and I guess they're gonna, whatever, to take care of him or something. So,
Cad Bane was probably easily the best thing about the episode, and that's not really saying much because really you got nothing to work with. It's like, it's just it's kind of sad because I was willing to give this show a chance because I'm open to, I understand, like, Disney is very divisive when it comes to people are divisive when it comes to Star Wars. I still have optimism that at least it would be decent, but again, it's like fucking Disney continues to kick us all in the dick. It's like, no matter what, they always do something that, it's like, they'll do something to like get you back. It's like, oh, fuck this, I'm done. And then they're like, oh no, we're going to do something really cool. And then next thing you know, they're kicking you in the dick again. It's like, how much longer are we going to deal with this shit before finally somebody says, I'm done? Because honestly, Obi-Wan, I think I said this before, Obi-Wan sucks. I'm done.
Dude, Fat, we was talking last night, me and Fat was on Raquel's show, and we was talking, I said, because I was saying, what was it talking about? Endor. I said, we haven't heard nothing about Endor. and everybody's already bashing it. And I actually want to see it. I mean, I'm interested in seeing it. And that might be one of the better shows we get. And everybody's hyped up as Obi-Wan, but I could just, God, it's so hyped up right now. I could just.
I'm waiting for the Acolyte.
Fuck it up. Like I said, watch him kill Obi-Wan Kenobi or something in it. And I think Fad said, well, they'll clone him or something. I'm like, oh my God. I said, if that happens, I mean, this shit door will open from hell, with the fandom then, if that happens. If they do that.
I'm waiting for the Acolyte. And there's a couple of reasons why. I kind of want to step out of the timeline that we've got right now. I wouldn't mind, stepping back a couple hundred years or.
Yeah. Because
going somewhere else for a little bit, maybe the old Sith War era, maybe old Republic era, something, Yeah,
because we haven't got away from seeing the Bad Batch. It's the same time. It's, in that time range from the Clone Wars all the way to this era. We're still can't get out of that area, So,
and it's not even that I hate this era. I don't. I just want to explore a different time period. And actually, I had an idea for a show that if I could figure out who to pitch it to over at Disney, I'd do it. But it's okay. You ever seen the show American Horror Story?
Yes.
You know how each season is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what I was thinking is like a Tales of Star Wars, or Tales of something. Call it, but an anthology show where each season is a different time period.
Yeah. Well, they
and
own that show.
You do 10 to 12 episodes. You do 10 to 12 episodes in a certain time period, and then the next season you can go to another time period. But just like American Horror Story, you can tie the time periods together through certain elements of the story.
Yeah. Well, they own that. They own that series from Fox, so
yeah. I mean, it would seem to be because anthology series these days are becoming a big thing. You got like Creep Show, you got American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of like anthology series that are coming out, and I think that a Disney anthology series might work. I mean, for Star Wars, and that would give everybody a little something. You do a season in this timeline, you do a season in the old Sith War, you do a season at like the dawn of the Jedi, and find out how the Jedi came around. You do a season like 1,000 years in the future, somewhere out farther, Yes, Carol. Yes, boobies. And I said that yesterday, and nobody listened. But anyway,
here. I'll help her out here. There you go. That'll help. That'll bring the subs back.
Boobs.
That'll bring the subs. There's the subs go. Oh Lord.
But I've been working like in my head on that pitch, and I just don't know who to take it to because something's got to give, man.
Yeah,
at least with Star Wars. But Disney doesn't do too bad. Not Disney, but the leadership over at Marvel does way better than the leadership at Lucasfilm.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they just re-signed Kathleen Kennedy. I've seen that on an article. Kevin Feige and all them. They've up their contracts. So we got Kathleen Kennedy's not going anywhere. So
yeah, she's here for another 5 years.
Yeah, at least 5 years.
But then again, but with the bad, we got the good though. With Kathleen Kennedy being here for another 5 years, we've got another 5 years of Feige. So
yeah.
And I'd much rather see Kevin Feige stick around than leave somewhere. I was on a panel the other night where they were talking about, oh, well, Feige's going to leave eventually, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going, no, the dude's sitting here saying he's got ideas all the way to 2030, man.
Yeah. If he gets anything, he'll take Bob Paycheck's position. They'll put him over the whole.
Could you imagine Feige in Chapek's position though? I mean, wow.
He'd do a way better job. He'd do a way better job than Paycheck.
Well, okay, but just playing devil's advocate for right now, though, Chapek's doing the best he can with what he was left. He's making certain bad decisions, but you have to think of what he got left with.
Problem is Paycheck. He's cheap because that's what he was over the parks division for so long. When he took over, because I used to go to Disney and all that all the time, and Disney World just become like you run down, like started looking like a carnival. What they started the rides and shows. You used to get high tech stuff, and then it started getting really, really cheap stuff.
Well, yeah. In that aspect, though, I haven't been to Disney in 25 years, so I don't know how it's been.
But he's known to the park. They know he's the cheap guy. He'll. It's like if he could save money, he'll put half the ketchup in the ketchup ball. I mean, he's just cheap. He's a real cheap ass. Is what I've heard from the park. You know, people talk about the parks division, entertainment, all that. He scales back to everything, which is good. Which is good, you know, for shareholders and their money, but as fans and stuff, you can see it. You know, when you start riding a ride and you used to have animatronics, and now you got cardboard cutouts and stuff like it's like, what the hell? We're in 2020 instead of, you know, it was, you know, they had cardboard cutouts. Like I would say, like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I used to like back in the 80s. Well, of course, there's a lot of cardboard cutouts. There wasn't many animatronics. So you had some, but when you come 2020 and you build a ride like that, and it's all cardboard cutouts and stuff like similar, it's you know sucks.
That's unfortunate that he's so cheap, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean,
it's not exactly like Disney's bleeding money out their asshole, you know. I mean,
no, they supposedly they're back and supposedly they're making money. They just reported high profits again. So you know.
Yeah, they pretty much print money on the daily over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've been to Disney, so you know how much shit is in a Disney store. Jesus Christ.
Oh, geez. Well, look, they got a damn, God, was it? If you went to Epcot, Figment, you remember Figment, the Dream Finder and all that?
Yeah.
That purple dinosaur thing? I just read, they made a collectible Figment popcorn bucket. And a bucket was going for like $30 or $40. Some freaking plastic, you know, like sometimes you see popcorn buckets at the movie theater. Sometimes it's just the shape of a Figment.
Well, down here,
limited edition. Freaking people were waiting in line for 9 hours at Epcot for this thing. They were showing it on YouTube, and they were lined up around. They had them going all around freaking World Showcase. Some lady waited 9 hours, and then
in our local mall here, we have a Disney store. And every time I walk in that place, man, I about lose my fucking mind because, Jesus Christ, the prices in there, man.
The shirt, $40 for a damn Mickey Mouse shirt.
Well, you're looking at $20, $30 for a small action figure, not even a collectible size action figure, but like a small one, you know. Like, I'm glad my kids aren't that young anymore, and I don't have to buy Disney shit anymore. Because, dear God.
Someday you could buy at Walmart the same damn thing for half the price.
Exactly. Fucking Target or some shit.
Yeah, like the Marvel characters, like in the little Mattel Marvel, you know, action figures. They're charging it. They're Disney, so go to Walmart and get it for $10 or $15. They're charging $30. It's crazy.
Yeah,
they a Disney store. Disney stores is pretty much most of them around here. They've closed down. It's online now. Everything's
Well, we still have the one at the Hewlin Mall down here, but that's about the only one I've seen in a long time. Now, we used to have like four. Between here and Dallas, we had like four.
I had two of them near. I had one in West Palm and one in Vero. They closed both of them, so they're pretty much around here. They're obsolete now. It's because Disney's so close. It's right there in Orlando, so people don't even.
Right. Oh, why would I bother going to a store? Let's just go to Disney.
Pay $150 to get in, $40 to park in. Then pay. Well, this is what I was talking about. Paycheck. He created this new genie thing. He used to have something called a fast pass where you get in lines. Now you have to pay to get express to get on lines. Even if you're going to get that, some of the top tier rides you got to pay an extra $10 and stuff like this. Rise of Resistance ride they got with Galaxy's Edge. You might end up paying like $30 riding that one ride by yourself because.
I've heard all sorts of things about Galaxy's Edge. Was it ever worth going to?
I never been to it. I have friends that's been to it, and they said it's they should have made a Tatooine thing. It sort of doesn't feel as Star Warsy. I mean, you can feel it feels like the Disney, Kylo Ren Star Wars. I mean, this doesn't feel it still Disney Star Wars. It doesn't feel
the only thing I was ever interested in was getting that lightsaber, and I never got a chance to do it. So,
well, they cheapened it down. That was the thing. there was a $1 billion thing, and they cheapened it down. They were supposed to have like Banffas. They actually were supposed to have like a ride. You could ride a Bantha, or like they had like a little car on top of a Bantha, but they cheapened that out. There's supposed to be droids walking around. There's no droids. They cut that out. It's real cheapened down. Like I said, if you stay at that hotel that they just built, yeah, they ship you over in a box truck. So I mean, like a
the galactic
U-Haul
cruiser, whatever the fuck that is.
Come on, if I'm paying $6,000, I know I ain't going to see the outside of the truck, but damn it, if I see the brochure and I see they see the guy wheeling a box truck with me in a box truck across, come on, give me at least. Hopefully I'm riding something a little cool. They could have put a plastic frame around the box truck, but it's just a white old box truck. It looks like old resale U-Haul. It goes from there to the Galaxy's Edge. I mean, come on. They could have at least put a plastic Star Wars frame. It costs $100 or something. A car frame looks like a flyer or something. But I'm spending that $6,000. Give me that at least. I know I'm riding something cool. I'm not riding inside a box truck. Oh Lord,
that's just sad and unfortunate.
Yep. So next, let's see. We ain't got nothing coming. No shows coming this coming Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday night, do we? So, Moon Knight comes at the end of the month, or is it 1st of March?
Moon Knight will be at the end of the month, starting.
Yeah,
end of month,
like late March. Yeah.
So we got nothing till late March then. Wow. Disney messed up there, because they usually have something soon as something ends, something starts up, So we're going to go a good 3, possible 4 weeks without a major series.
Hold on, let me make sure of that.
Well, I mean, Marvel or Star Wars. I'm sure they got some series, probably Mighty Ducks series or something like that. But it's something that nobody's going to watch. But I've heard that Mighty Ducks show is pretty good, so I can't say nothing about it because I've heard some people say it's pretty good. But I'm just saying, Marvel, Star Wars, we have nothing.
No, we don't, because I think next week we have Peacemaker. But
yeah, but that's in WB though. Yeah. That's our last scene. After that one, I'm like, damn, we ain't gonna have I ain't got no shows to look forward to then.
Bunch of just the rest of this month is just a bunch of just like base Disney stuff. They got Wonderful Winter World of Mickey Mouse. Yeah. The Proud Family.
Nothing I'm gonna stay up 3 o'clock in the morning for.
Moon Knight's March 30th.
March 30th. So we got a good month and a half. And then next, and Obi wants the next. See, why didn't they start the Indoor series up?
Andor's filming right now.
They ain't finished it? I thought they already had it finished.
No, it started filming this month.
Oh, I thought it was being released. Okay, so it's not even okay. It won't be released till probably next year then, or fall.
Then after Moon Knight on March 30th, we have Kenobi on the 25th of May, which is the 45th anniversary of Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah, and the Bad Batch 2. The Bad Batch 2 is probably coming around there too. They said.
No, I'm not seeing it.
It's on there yet.
Then the next Marvel property we have is Miss Marvel.
Oh, She-Hulk ain't next after that?
No, Miss Marvel's next, and then Andor's coming in September.
Okay, September. Wow.
And
that's why we heard nothing about it.
Second Hocus Pocus movie coming out on October 31st.
Woo! Can't wait.
I'm actually looking forward to that one. Weirdly enough.
Oh, Hocus Pocus. I like the first one. Yeah, I remember the original one. But I'm not gonna like wait 3 o'clock in the morning to watch it.
She-Hulk doesn't come out until fall.
Fall? Okay. I thought they was gonna have the Marvels. Okay, so.
And then we've got do you remember the movie Willow?
Oh yeah. When is that series coming out?
That comes out fall along with She-Hulk.
Okay. That's actually a series I want to watch. Yeah, I love Willow back in the day. That's something I would actually look forward to.
Now we may also possibly get Agatha Harkness this year too.
Really? They've already started filming on that?
Yeah. I know we're getting Ahsoka next year. We're also getting X-Men 97 next year too.
Definitely.
By the way,
that.
the X-Men cartoon, the X-Men 97 cartoon that's coming out is actually taking up where the previous animated series left off. Like it's supposed to start like moments after the last series left off.
Nice. And they said some of the original actors and actresses are going to play the voices, do the voices.
Well, the ones that haven't passed away, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Some of them. That's what I said. Some of them, they've got some of them back. So
now the one that played the voice acted Jubilee back in the original series, she's not coming back as Jubilee because she believes that an Asian actress should take that part, but she is coming back in the series, so she's going to be playing somebody else.
Okay.
So she'll still be there. She just doesn't want to play. She doesn't want to culturally appropriate anymore.
Oh, okay.
Which is a shame because Jubilee's character never really depended on the whole fact that she was half Asian, you know?
Yeah.
Her parents were Chinese, but they didn't act like a traditional Chinese family.
Yeah.
At least in the comics, anyway.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that. That show I definitely look forward to.
They're supposed to start like moments after Professor Xavier goes with Lilandra to the Shi'ar. So
cool.
So it's hopefully they'll continue the same way that they did because the people that they've got working on it, the original showrunners from the original series, they're on as consultants. They're not actually running it. But the people, I was listening to an interview from them, and the people that are actually going to be running it are like X-Men animated series super fans.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like they're going to continue the same old, the old nuance of the show. I mean, the animation is going to be a little bit updated. The music's going to be a little updated, but I even hear that we're getting the same theme song. Even
I hope so.
They're just going to update. They're just going to update the theme song, like make it a little more metal, I guess. I don't know.
It sounds good. If it's as good as I love the original, so if it's as good as that one, you know. I know they made that other X-Men show, and it was trash.
Well, there were actually two other X-Men shows. There was Wolverine and the X-Men, and then there was X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
So
it's like that Spider-Man. I love that Spider-Man. It seemed at the same time. If they could,
that was something they brought up too when they were doing the interview on the X-Men show. Since the old Spider-Man animated series, what used to be attached to the X-Men show somewhat. Since they guested on each other's shows from time to time, they may be rebooting the Spider-Man show. They kind of hinted at it. So they just got to work with Sony on that one.
Yeah. Well, they got yes and no, because they have the animation rights. They just can't go over like 30 or 40 minutes or something on an episode, I think it is. Because they could actually do, because they have that because they got that on Disney Plus. Only one they don't have is the Spectacular Spider-Man, I think it is.
Yeah, that was the one that was on MTV. Yeah,
that's the one Sony owns. Yeah, they don't have the rights to that one.
But what's interesting is, well, anyway, the news on the X-Men show is it's going to start early next year, and the first season's going to be 10 episodes.
Nice. So they're going to look at multiple seasons, and they're going to try to do multiple seasons.
Yeah, they're going to do multiple seasons. Yeah. And they said they're going to somewhat tie it into the live action stuff. Maybe they're not sure if they're going to tie it into whatever Marvel does with the mutants in the MCU.
Cool. Oh well, I was going to bring this up. Me and Austinator was talking before the show. I guess news broke that the Daredevil Defender shows are leaving Netflix March 1st, I believe. And if Disney's getting the rights back, I guess they're going to be able to put them on their platforms. I doubt if they're going to put them on Disney.
Remember when they canceled those shows back a few years ago? There was like a 2-year embargo on them for Disney.
Yes.
To where they couldn't touch them for 2 years, and now they're going to drag them back to Disney Plus
or Hulu.
Or Hulu. They might put them on Hulu. Another thing that's coming back to Hulu that I'm not sure I completely am looking forward to is Futurama.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. And King of the Hill. I heard King of the Hill's getting rebooted too.
Well, King of the Hill and King of the Hill, the ones that are getting rebooted sometime in the next year and a half. King of the Hill's getting rebooted. Futurama's not getting rebooted, but it's getting continued.
Continued. Okay.
But they're having problems with John DiMaggio, the guy who voiced Bender.
Oh no.
And I'm sitting there going, if you can't bring DiMaggio back, then fuck it, don't do it. Because you can't recast Bender. I mean, come on.
No, you can't. Like,
yeah, don't ruin the show. Just leave it as it is if you can't do that.
But they're also rebooting Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, they're going to be older. They're supposed to be older or something.
They're also rebooting. They're also doing a spinoff of the old Daria show too.
Daria.
Yeah.
Well, that's all Mike Judge's old projects.
Well, apparently Mike Judge is coming back doing some stuff, and he promises there's not going to be no wokey woke. So,
I'm a big King of the Hill fan. I hope they don't mess it up. Yeah, me either. I still love that show.
Well, if Mike Judge is involved, they're not going to mess it up. I promise you that.
Yeah.
And like I said, he said he's not going to pull the wokey woke bullshit with these shows because honestly, you can't and have them still have the old letter of the way they were, you know?
Yeah.
Because neither one of those shows were wokey woke.
No. I know Beavis and Butthead was when I was in high school. That was popular back then.
God,
yeah.
yes.
I used to love that show.
Beavis and Butthead Do America was a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah. Well, that's I heard they're supposed to make another movie too, but it's going to be on Paramount Plus. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're working on another movie. A lot of the Mike Judge stuff looks like it's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
so,
except for King of the Hill because Disney owns. I guess they own the rights from Fox on that. So
but the thing about it is like, and why a lot of these like adult animation shows are coming back, but they're going to streaming is because they can get away with a hell of a lot more through streaming than they can to.
Oh yeah.
You know, on network TV. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, like Peacemaker, you try to get away with that.
And man, I didn't. I have not watched that episode from last night yet because
put that on CW.
After I got off the stream last night, I fell asleep.
Yes,
but I haven't gotten a chance to watch this episode. But Brodan spoiled part of it for me. So,
Austin, do you think they could have put that episode on CW?
Which episode?
The last Peacemaker.
I mean, you would have.
I don't think they could have.
They could have, but
you'd had to blur out. You'd have to blur out like half the whole show.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot. It'd be. You know what would be like that? You remember that Deadpool Christmas show? They try to make the Deadpool 2 the Christmas one. That's what it'd be like.
Yeah,
it'd be like total garbage. Oh my god. I was like expecting so much from that. I was like, oh, I didn't want to watch Deadpool 2 after that for a while. I was like, what the hell is this shit?
But yeah, so I hear Peacemaker's by now.
They threw it in there, so I mean, I don't know if it was just a joke or they sort of threw it in there.
I mean, it doesn't change my opinion of the show at all. I mean, it's still a good show.
Me
so
either. Me either.
I just heard that I accidentally saw a video on it today, and they were talking about, oh, now Peacemaker's by and blah 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 blah. I'm like, and why are you worried about it? Like, doesn't change who the character is.
Yeah, I really don't want to see a scene if they actually do that, but. Him and Vigilante get on it. I don't want to see that, but
ew, him and Vigilante. Yikes. Yeah.
But well, they got a lot to do. I don't know if they gonna have time for that. They got to wrap this thing up in this next episode. Like, yeah, I won't spoil it for you. It was a great episode though. I mean, it's what did your friend say? What did he say? For I can say what he said, so I can go on. Did he mention the cow? Did he mention the cow at all?
No, he talked about the eagle though.
Oh man, that the eagle part pissed me off. I was about to cry.
Well, he put because this is a James Gunn property, and me and him have always had a joke that that James Gunn makes us cry over the most inane things. You know, they made me cry for a tree. They made me cry over a raccoon. And now they're making me cry over an eagle. What the hell is this shit?
dude, man, I was telling Austin, man, I was about to cry when I thought the eagle was dead, and he was just laying there crying, and then the eagle like wakes up and he hugs him. I was like, oh, I was about to bawl, man. I was like, dude, it was touching, man. You know, well, did he tell you about his dad situation?
No, like I said, he just brought up the eagle.
Oh, okay.
Only thing Brodan's the guy I stream with on our entertainment channel. Yeah. He while I was on that stream with y'all last night, actually over there on Raquel's channel, he was sending me messages on Discord going, "Man, fuck James Gunn. He made me cry over an eagle." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Oh no,
dude!" It was touching.
Dude, they're saying that Guardians 3 is going to be like James Gunn came out and said it's going to be dark, dude.
Well, I've heard that people are going to die. There's going to be some characters dying.
Well, you know, we pretty much know that Drax is going to die because Batista's done.
Yeah.
Batista said he doesn't want to just leave the character alive. He actually asked James Gunn to kill off Drax.
Yeah.
That's going to be bad enough, okay? Because I like Drax.
Yeah.
But what James Gunn was hinting at was that quite a bit of the characters are going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm going to be ready for that.
I don't think they'll kill Groot. I don't think they'll kill Rocket. You might see something like Drax will probably die. Probably Mantis. We got to save some because you're going to bring Adam Warlock in. So I mean, I guess he'll be the new. Well, you could see Star-Lord. They might kill Star-Lord. You never know. They may kill him off, and then Adam Warlock takes.
Well, I don't think that they would kill off Gamora, and the reason behind that is because they're going to save her for her own storyline from the comics, where she becomes Requiem and like fucks up the Marvel universe pretty much. She becomes a worse killer than her father at one point in the stories. And I think that would be a storyline that they may save for a phase down the road. Because she's good bad guy fodder, in other words. But as for like, I don't know, Star-Lord may be on the block. There's been hints that even Rocket's on the block, so we don't know. But the only one we know definitely for sure is Drax. But it's like I said, James Gunn came out and said, "Hey, you know, I'm looking. It's going to be dark. I'm looking to whack a lot more than just Drax." So
I don't think they'll kill Rocket. Like he said, he'll go. They'll kill Rocket. He'll go right. I think. Well, Rocket's the villain is the one who created Rocket, so they might. But I could see they could make a Groot and Rocket show or something. I just that's a character.
Well, they're doing a Groot show. They're doing I Am Groot.
But there was rumors they were going to do a Rocket and Groot, and Rocket's a character. He doesn't need the rest of them to do a show, or he's that kind of a character. So I wouldn't see them killing him off because that's money in the bank. You know, that's
the only other character. The only other character that Rocket needs is Groot.
Yeah, but if you kill Mantis, you know, I like Mantis, but if you kill Mantis, you know, it's not going to hurt. You know, I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking at it as the corporate section. Okay, Rocket sells. There's a lot of, you know, we could put Rocket on T-shirts, mugs, kids stuff. Loves Rocket. He's a character like in Groot, baby Groot. You look how it's like Grogu. A man like Mantis, even Drax. You know that people know the characters, but they're not a Rocket or Groot. You know, that's money in the bank. Kids love them characters and stuff. So that's like I said. They could. You know, who knows? I was telling Austinator, I said, wouldn't it be like Rogue, man, if like end of Mando 3 or 4, wherever they finish it off, they just kill Grogu dies or something? Because, you know, he's got to die eventually anyway. So
that'd be awesome.
Oh, my God.
Okay, now that was one part of the last episode of Book of Boba Fett I did like. When he's up in the little dome thing on the Starfighter and he's knocking and Mando's like, no. And then he like gets all like, he looks annoyed, he knocks harder and Mando's like, no. And then he gets more annoyed, knocks even harder, and then Mando goes into hyperdrive. That was funny. That was funny.
Let me tell you this because before I forget about it, I was going to tell you when we was talking about Peacemaker.
there's a cow. Well, there's a cow scene. Oh, you know that ugly thing Luke Skywalker did in the Last Jedi, cow or what? Walrus or what? Got the milk from.
The green milk.
Well, they got well, James Gunn has a big blubbery cow thing. It's sort of bigger than that thing, but it's when you see the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they're milking the cow. I said James Gunn should have hired Mark Hamill to do a cameo in there, made him dress up just like Luke Skywalker, an old robe or something, had his beard and all that, and made him milk this freaking got some of that milk or what that butterfly juice or what the hell I call it, from that cow, and just drank it right there and looked it right in the camera and drank it and go, oh, like that. And just a camera. That's all they needed. I was like, oh my. I would have been such a. I was like, I would have been such a jab at Disney and Star Wars so bad. I was like,
but we know, we know. Go ahead.
Yeah, and no, Mark Hamill would have did it. He probably did it for free too, because you know how he's pissed off at some of the shit they did to him. So
now we do know that James Gunn is done with Marvel after this last. This last Guardians movie. And a lot of people are wanting him to go over and basically be Kevin Feige for Warner.
He should. He's been there. He's been around Kevin. He's did the Guardians, but Guardians has been in other movies and he's helped with that. So he knows how they do it. So, if I was Warner Brothers, I'd say, hey, James, come over here. I know you're not Kevin Feige, but you see how it's done. You can be the next one. He probably could. I ain't saying James Gunn to turn Superman into like Peacemaker type show, but he could probably get it forming. There's a lot of characters in there. There's some characters you need to be serious, and some of them you don't. But he can get a little motion going because nobody knows what they're doing over there. It's like everybody's like this. Who's doing? Well,
he's had experience. Batman? He's had experience with a Superman-like character anyway with Brightburn.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yes, definitely.
I always wanted to see Brightburn continue because they were like teasing a dark Justice League in that movie at the end with the videos at the end.
Yeah.
The news reports. I always wanted to see that movie continue. But, and he's actually said that once he gets done with Marvel and once he gets done with doing whatever for the big companies, he might actually return to Brightburn eventually and do more movies based on a dark superhero universe,
And it'd be pretty cool.
Have you guys seen the stuff from the Rebel Moon stuff from Snyder yet?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's Zack Snyder's starting his own sci-fi franchise called Rebel Moon, and Lord. it's going to be a weird Star Wars fantasy crossover sort of thing, but it's going to be harder sci-fi though, and from what I can see is it looks really good. The only it's got Charlie Hunnam, the guy that was in Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Ray Fisher.
Is it going to be a movie? Is it going to be a movie or a series?
It's a movie.
A movie. Oh,
but he's planning on doing a franchise out of it. He's doing he's going to put the first movie out, and if it does well, he's going to do sequels to it.
A 4-hour movie. Every movie he does is long.
They're going to keep doubling it. They're going to keep doubling the runtime each film. So this one's going to be 4 hours. Next one's going to be 8 hours.
4 hours of Raw, or 4 hours of Royal Rumble, Austin, or 4 hours of.
Oh my God.
We get a 16-hour long fucking sci-fi movie.
He does, man. He does, man. He I've never seen, man. You got to have bathroom breaks during his movies, man. I want the extended cut of the Snyder cut.
Extended Snyder cut.
The extended cut. 8-hour limited edition platinum gold whatever Snyder cut edition. It's like, where the hell did he find all this footage?
But this is going to be a Netflix movie. Rebel Moon's coming out on Netflix. See, that's something we were talking about the other day. I can't remember what group I was talking about it with, but Hollywood's going to start really suffering here soon because a whole lot more of these streaming services are going outside of Hollywood to make movies and TV shows and stuff.
You see what they did in the Oscars?
Yeah.
What they do, or what they have to do.
they get a show or movie, just put it in a theater for like one day, and it can be automatically in the Oscars. Just put it in a couple theaters. Just put it like a couple of the big chains, New York, Los Angeles, 100 theaters for one day. They can be automatically entered in the Oscars.
Did you know that Zack Snyder's got like 10 projects he's working on right now?
Good Lord.
Damn.
You know that Army of the Dead movie he put out last year? He's working on an animated prequel to that.
Oh, God.
Wow.
He's working on this Rebel Moon thing, and now he's got like 8 other projects, they say.
Wow.
Of course, you want to know somebody who's like busy right now? We were counting them up. Bruce Willis is going to be in like 15 different movies between this year and next year.
God.
Now, a lot of it's indie movies, but like he's cast in like 15 or 16 different movies for the next 2 years.
Wow.
Good
like
Lord.
I like Bruce Willis too. Those are good movies.
As per Hollywood Reporter's exclusive report, the plot for Rebel Moon originally started out as Zack Snyder's pitch for a Star Wars movie. But Disney turned him down, so he said, well, screw it. I'm going to go make my movie. Snyder, for the record, is not shying away from the fact at all. As he noted, this is me growing up as a Kurosawa fan, a Star Wars fan. My pitch was described as a mature take on a galaxy far, far away, which isn't so surprising when looking at Snyder's taste for brutal slow-motion fight scenes.
Yeah.
The main plot itself sounds straight out of Star Wars. The story is set in motion when a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy is threatened by the armies of a tyrannical regent named Belisarius. Desperate, the colonists dispatch a young woman with mysterious past and seek out warriors from neighboring planets to help them make a stand. Basically, it's about this girl. She wants to help out her kingdom or whatever, and she goes travels to different planets to put together these heroes from different planets as a fighting force. And the bad guys of the series, they have this really ancient Rome aesthetic going on with them. Like a lot of their uniform looks like ancient Roman stuff. It looks interesting.
Watch it come out better than Star Wars.
What if it does? I mean,
it could. Well, wonder why Disney doesn't want it, because it's probably a little bit more violent. That's
Well, yeah, that's what he said. It was a little bit more mature, a little bit more violent.
God, if Star Wars wasn't bought by Disney, just imagine what we probably could have had.
That could have gone one of two ways, though, because Lucas wasn't exactly being kind to his own creation.
Yeah, but I was watching somebody today that scene when Mace Windu cuts off Boba Fett's father's head. There's actually a deleted scene on that, and actually they rough his ass up way worse. They chop him up. He
fucked Django up, dude. He took a hand, cut him across his torso, and then took his head. Mm-hmm. Like, he straight up fucking bullywumped fucking Django, man.
But those series, they were way more violent. Those movies way more violent than what we got when Disney did theirs.
Well, especially the prequel movies.
Oh yeah,
prequel movies were, because now that we've gotten the Blu-ray Star Wars saga, the Skywalker saga, which is all 9 movies.
Yeah.
The Blu-rays for each of the prequel movies have 30-40 minutes worth of deleted scenes on them.
Oh yeah.
And there's a whole lot of stuff that they should have just left in the movies. I mean, they were long enough as it fucking was,
Mm-hmm.
They could have just left that shit. But some of those scenes are just brutal, dude. There's an extended fight scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar. Well, they didn't actually film all of it though, but they did the choreography on it. It's and they show these behind the scenes shots. That fight was going to be even more brutal too.
Well, the Dooku fight, they show his head rolling on the ground or something. I saw that too. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they really went into it. I was like,
dude,
you don't see that.
Okay. I have to say it, man. Just the way that Anakin took Dooku out, even though you're left a lot to the imagination with it,
mm-hmm.
Dude, that was he tortured Dooku, dude. And even though it only lasted a little bit of time, But like, you know, when he took Dooku's hands, if you'll notice, he did the light instead of just flip taking his hands. He fucking did the lightsaber slow through his arms.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Anakin, what are you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
What's going on over there? You okay? You need to talk, Anakin?
Yeah. Well, guys, I've got about 7 more minutes till we hit the 2-hour mark. I gotta get up early in the morning, so I can't stay up to 3 or 4 like we did last time. But anything else news? I'm trying to see. We talked about the Netflix stuff.
Let me look real quick to see if I can see anything that I haven't gotten a chance to talk about. You know, normally I would talk about these stuff on our own channel, but Brodan and I have been on hiatus for a little bit because we're working on branching out to the community and trying to get connections going. And
definitely, yeah, definitely bring him want to come on one time if he's free. You know, definitely. Next Friday, if he's free, tell him to come stop by. You know,
the funny part of it is he's been going on with Mad Max's group, and I've been going on with the Poindexter Lounge and Enosh's group, and you and a couple other people, and like Brodan will sometimes come into the chat and like watch when I'm on another channel, and he'll make comments like look at they doing the new crew work, you know, put in work for the new crew and stuff like that. And
I was going to tell you, I got a like. Did you see the tweeter that I posted earlier with the Jawa? It says the Manscaped, and it's got the girl. You know, the girl says she likes Jawas, and said we're going to trim some hair off the Jawa. I got a like from Jarbo. I was like off that. I was like, oh shit! If you're watching, Jarbo, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Like. If he is watching, I don't know. You know, who knows? You never know. You never know who's watching. I see that people's watching, but like that's where Drunk 3PO popped in on me on one night. So I was like, wow. But yeah, I was like, wow. That just popped out of nowhere. I was like, awesome. You said you got to chat with him on one of them streams too, didn't you?
Yeah, Jarbo's an interesting guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with all the stuff he says, but he was one of the first people I actually started listening when I started listening to YouTube. He was one of the first people I found, and And he was interesting because close back then, I liked Star Wars, and I was like, oh, cool, they got these people talking about Star Wars and Marvel and stuff. So, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool. Even if you don't agree with everybody, it's like even Max. I mean, there's some things I agree with, some things I don't. But he's entertaining. I like to watch his shows. He brings a lot to his shows and all that. I mean, he's cool. I love that Dr. Doom outfit he wears. I mean, that's and he do a whole show with that thing on it. I give props for that.
Yeah, I'm working on, like, when I start my own channel, I've got a whole mask aesthetic I've got going on too, because I really don't like showing my face on screen. But I want to have an on-screen presence more than just an avatar. So I've got this mask. I've got my Amazon wish list that I'm going to buy, and I've got a thing I'm going to do with it. But
that's what Darius should do. I know Darius don't want to show his face. He should get that RoboCop mask or something and come on.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably download a voice changer and do because my show's going to be true crime and paranormal stuff. So I'm probably going to do a voice changer kind of thing and all of that.
Yeah,
I just haven't really decided yet completely, but I'm working on it.
Cool. Well, I want for y'all's enjoyment. Before we shut down, I'm gonna play that "Farewell to Boba Fett" one more time because I know this is gonna probably be our. Well, unfortunately, me and Austin got talking about it again on Sunday, which unless Austin's got more shows he's got to talk about or he want to know about.
God, I hope not.
But let me go ahead, everybody. Also, go ahead and tell everybody your channel and where to find you. And
well, I do a bunch of stuff, so just go check me out on my channel. Find me on Sunday, Boba Fett, Whoopi, on Chaos Central channel. Weekly wrap up on Chris Knight's channel. The Hangout on Guy Scar's channel on Wednesdays. Glad to chat on Enjoy's channel on Fridays, and late here tonight. Late on Friday nights, late night snack show on late Friday nights on the Jasonlee Tucker statement. So check me out there. I'm on Twitter at the Austinator 17. Sometimes I tweet. Sometimes I retweet. Sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check me out. And also check me out on the Chaos Central Twitter. Thanks for having me on, Jason. This was a good stream.
Appreciate it, bro. Like next week, we won't be no more Bubba. We still got Peacemaker week. We'll have to find another topic. We'll have to find us another topic.
Trust me, there's always topics,
There's
Jason.
always
We can always talk about something.
Something will come out.
As for me, you can find me with the new crew, Brodan, Raquel, and Chris, Max. We do a couple of nights a week, but right now we're actually on hiatus as we work on other projects. You'll find me usually about twice a week over on the Poindexter Lounge with Enosh and that crew. Bunch of good guys and girls over there. Find me sometimes on Jedi Bill's show, especially on his karaoke night shows. Usually there singing my little voice out. So it's a good time, fun thing to watch. So come on by and see us there. Of course, Raquel's private channel. I'm there a lot too, and gonna go ahead and pitch my own show near the end of the month, early March. I'm gonna be starting my own show. It's gonna be kind of an interesting time, true crime and paranormal, and live stream at the end of the week. Other than that, you can pretty much find me anywhere nerd stuff is talked about. And I guess that's it.
Awesome. Definitely. Welcome back every Friday, man. We'll be here unless something happens. And I gotta go I gotta come to Jedi's karaoke. I've had a bad allergy. You can probably hear me coughing on for the last couple of days. So I wanted to come on the other night.
None of us have been sick. So.
I wanted to come on the other night because he said somebody sang the Rooster song from
Bill did.
Bill did. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like, man, I missed out the Rooster song. I went back and checked it out on the replay.
You almost got to hear me sing Elvis.
Oh, you already did Elvis? Yeah.
Almost. I didn't quite get to it because we got suspended for a little bit, but
oh yeah, I was watching one of his streams and he God, don't play any AC/DC because something with AC/DC, man. AC/DC, they will strike you down quicker than anything.
Well, it's not so much the songs. There's a certain type of karaoke. It's called Carafun, and if you play anything off of Carafun karaoke, they'll suspend you. It's weird. So we just have to be careful where our songs come from. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the Jedi Bill sing-alongs are kind of fun. Also, the Rambling Canuck, he does a karaoke show on Saturdays.
Oh,
and that one's usually good. Him and his wife are out of Canada, and they do a really good show too.
Cool.
But yeah, pretty much like I said, you find me anywhere nerd stuff's talked about. I'm working with my buddy Tony Nasser on getting together with him a couple of times, talk about comic books and some other stuff. Being as him and I were both in the comic book business for a while. At separate times. Other than that, yeah, I'm around. You'll find me. People seem to find me everywhere.
Cool. And like I said, we're here every Friday night, 11:15, unless something goes, one of us can't make it or something goes off. But it's going to be a regular show. I started a new show Wednesday with it was called Coffee Break with a guy where I live. Check it out. This last Wednesday at 11:15 also. Guy Mike Stoney lives here in town. He's got a coffee business. He makes his own coffee and all that. So it's a little casual sit down show. We had it. It's probably we will do it about an hour show. We're gonna get some guests on there too, but it's got coffee, a little news, little what's going on in the world, and a little more casual. Not as much entertainment, more what's casual show. That's gonna be probably like every Wednesday, unless we change it 11:15. Working on a couple other things. Like I said, working on the night of metal show. We got a couple bands we want to interview, rock bands. So we got that possibly coming out. Got a hip hop artist in New York. We're gonna try to interview him this spring. I got a wrestling. Hopefully, we might have a wrestling. I might have a wrestling stream, maybe Sunday. It may not be this week. We're going to a wrestling show tomorrow. Got an indie show, so it's depending what happens. If not, I might just do a video or something on that. Depending what, because the Super Bowl's on Sunday. Sunday's going to be tied up hard because the Super Bowl and the Christmas show. So we'll see what happens on that. Just check it out. I'll post it on Twitter and all that.
Jasonlee, if you don't mind, here in a minute, I'd like to also plug a channel for a couple of channels for a friend of mine too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My buddy Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest, and he has Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest, and he also has Black Death Gaming channel. Go ahead and go over there and check him out. They're a bunch of good guys and girls over there as well. I always forget them. They're usually at the end of my spiel, but yeah, go ahead and check them out. Jesse was really good to me. He brought me into YouTube to be honest. So I always try to help him out, send him people. Cool. And they just started Black Death Gaming. So you guys run over there and give him a sub. You get to watch him play all sorts of games.
Cool.
And he usually plays with a group, so there's a lot of good conversation. You know, gamers talking sometimes gets interesting. So
yeah. Well, I don't play any games. My son does. I don't play, but I welcome gamers on here. We can always talk gaming stuff. I mean, I'll be listening more than talking because I don't know much unless it goes back to the old Nintendo or something. But always, you know, everybody's welcome to come in, check it out. Yeah, Raquel put the link in the chat there, so check it out, guys. Go check it out. Black Death Gaming. And I want to thank everybody.
Thank you, Raquel, for putting that down there.
Raquel, put your link in there too, since you've been in there. I want to appreciate everybody coming. I love food was been in here like all night. I appreciate him. Courtney was in here earlier. Let's see, Carol was always been here all night. Check this out. Jedi, he popped in when I put that video in, so he liked that. I said I was going to play again for him. Hakimi was in here. Am I saying that right? He said Hit Monkey was pretty. I want to check that. Somebody, G Major told me. Did you see that one, Fad?
Not yet, but it's on my list though. I've heard it's good.
G Major told me that was a badass show. He said it was like John Wick, you know, an animated monkey. He said so. He said it was.
Yeah, not very many people know that's actually a Marvel property.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that together. Because GJ was telling me that I definitely want to check that out though, because he told me he said it was good. He said it's violent as hell. So it was something like we see in Peacemaker. It's not oh my God, look, mention of him, man. There he is. What's up, G? We were just talking about this right here because you were telling me about it, the Hit Monkey show. Well, I'm gonna have to watch it so we can. I'll have to watch it after we can talk about that. G's seen it, so I definitely have to. We have to have a little talk about that. You haven't seen it, have you, Austin?
See what?
The Hit Monkey show.
I have not.
It's on Hulu. Yeah. But G, well, you're just in time, G. I got my farewell salute to Boba Fett. This is from our show here, and like I said, there's some people, you know, I didn't want to really piss them off, but this is, you know, it's all good and fun. It's bad. Yeah, he said it's bad. Yeah, he told me it was on Baskar. He said it's a badass show. Gee, I know you. I know G's going to enjoy this salute to Boba Fett here. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Gee, I'll have to watch when I get a chance. And maybe we'll do a stream or something on it or something. You come in here, we'll talk about it because I've heard it's good. I hadn't had time to watch it. I haven't seen that MODOK show too. I wanted to see that also. So, but all right, guys. Let me put this for G because I know G ain't probably seen this yet. All right, G, this is our farewell salute to Boba Fett. I got a little video clip that I'm gonna play. This might be our last time seeing him, so I want to give him a good salute, farewell. So I know Austin, he's upset now. This might be the last time. So
I'm definitely crying. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
All right, guys.
Boba Fett is not gonna. I'm not seeing Boba Fett next week.
Guys, don't hate me for this. Please don't unsubscribe if it offends you. We're sorry.
how many subscribers did I lose? How many subscribers did I lose?
Oh, you know.
I know we got some fanboys in there. It's just like, fuck that man for doing that.
Dude, I'm a Star Wars fanboy. And
I got my Boba Fett pillow right now. I'm hugging on. What the fuck is that guy doing?
I'm crying into my Boba pillow.
G loved it. Look, G loved it. I know G would love it, man. I know G. me and G were talking crap about it on a Vasco show the other day. Oh Lord, yeah. Yep. I had to do it to lighten up. Also, I know poor Austin. He's been having get a beating from this all week about Boba Fett. He had to have somebody to give him a little laugh. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
7-8 shows of the same topic, man. You get tired of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when it's bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh God, I could imagine it being on like one of Onzo's and Nerdman show, a Nerdman and all them. I bet that would have been painful.
It's
well, Jason Lee, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here.
Pat, I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for having me on. I'll probably see you again next Friday.
Okay.
As long as all goes well.
Cool. And I'll check when y'all go live. I'll keep an eye on it. When I got y'all's channel, so Brodan. So and when you get yours going, I got you sub. So whenever you get going, I'll check it out. And if I can't get on it, I'll be if I'm at work, I'll put it on listening. So I listen to a lot of shows.
My show's going to be scripted show. I'm only doing one live stream a week. That's going to be on the weekend. But so my show is just perfect for you to listen to whenever you're not doing anything or whatever. I might do premieres. I don't know. But I do know that, it's just going to be out there and uploaded onto YouTube. So anytime you want to watch it, it'll be there for you to listen to.
Perfect. That's why a lot of shows I used to watch or sometimes pop on, like some of the Chaos shows. I'm at work during the time they are. So, but it's a good thing because sometimes you being at work for 8 hours, I do, to mop and clean and stuff. You get sort of like what, you don't see nobody, hear nobody else, but listening to shows that sort of keeps you going. And, yeah, because they always put some fire shows on there. They had some cool ones. So they were counting down the villains and counting down the animated shows. And so, hey, they get a good 2 hour show. That helped me out. It helps me out. And,
we're going to be on hiatus for a couple more weeks while we work on other projects, but we'll be back probably in March. We just basically did our mid-season finale, and we're going to, shows in the spring. We come back later on in the spring, so we'll be there. Just take us a little bit more time. Like I said, we're kind of reaching out to other groups and everything, kind of building bridges and everything, and then where we go from there. That's how I've ended up the last couple of weeks on everybody's shows.
Yeah, tell your friends, come stop by. We talk about a little bit of everything here. We talk gaming.
Yeah, I plug your show just as much as I can.
Yeah, we'll talk some gaming. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't do gaming, but hell, we can talk a little bit about it. I know a little bit. I know some about it. I don't game. That's the only thing. But
if you want to do that Hit Monkey show next Friday, if you want to talk about it, I can probably binge that this week sometime.
We can. If I get time, how many?
It's 10 episodes.
It's 10. Okay. I was gonna say,
yeah.
10 episodes. I'll have to try to watch it then. I'll try. If we can't do it this week, maybe in 2 weeks. Give me a little bit of time. Yeah. I was gonna say, Austin, if you want to do it too, we can. Or we can. It can be a different stream. If we don't do it on this stream, we can. Yeah. Give me a 2 weeks just in case.
All right, we'll do that.
Because I could do it this weekend, but I know tomorrow I'm tied up, and then Sunday's gonna be. Super Bowl.
By the way, everybody, Sunday, the Super Bowl is going to be a lot of movie and TV show spots and trailers. Exactly. Even if you don't like football, catching the commercials is a good thing.
Oh yeah, we're going to go to Obi-Wan Kenobi supposedly trailer. That's what I've heard.
We're going to get we're supposed to get a trailer for Kenobi. We're also going to get a longer trailer for Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Mm-hmm. We're going to get some movie spots for Black Adam.
I'm surprised they released that Jurassic World trailer the other day. So I figured they would have got that during the Super Bowl. But
they're gonna have a couple of TV spots during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they'll do it again because it's on NBC and that's a Universal film. So they'll Universal get all their films out, or whatever they're doing this summer or spring,
Yeah.
whatever.
Did you? Just one last thing. Did you happen to catch that DC trailer thing today? The World Needs Heroes.
I didn't get to see it. I saw somebody, Robert Storm streamed it. I didn't get to see it. I was going to watch the stream, but I didn't get a chance to. He was excited about it. I was asking Austin. Did you see it, Austin? You said you saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, they had Black Adam in it. They had Flash, Aquaman, something else. I can't remember all. I saw it earlier this morning.
Okay, that's G's channel right there. If anybody go ahead and subscribe to it. G does an awesome show on Monday. He does a lot of I can't even talk right now. There's mixing the music and stuff. Awesome, man. I was in there like I was working the other Monday. Man, he was popping that music. I was like mopping. He was excited, man. He was saying some of that old Michael Jackson music with some of that 80s. I love 80s music. So, I mean, I was like, hell yeah, man. I said, you got to do this more often, man. He has a great channel there. But with that saying done, guys, we're gonna call it a night. G, I appreciate you coming in, man. We start about 11:15. G, maybe next week you want to come in. I bring you in here to we can come in and talk with us, man. We'll get that hit, Mike. We'll got a binge. I'll see what I can do in this next week. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I can get it done by next week, but we'll see. If it's 10 episodes, probably just having the time to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but something I definitely want to see. I just hadn't did it. Well, between this Boba Fett and this Peacemaker, I've been tired of watching those, and then
I'm just glad you reminded me of that Hit Monkey thing. I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah. Gee, we was talking about it the other day, and I was like, damn, I gotta check that out, and then I forgot it. I forgot about it again. Well, somebody was talking about MODOK, and it was okay too, and I was like, I gotta check that one out also. Well, since like that Cowboy Bebop, somebody was talking about that, and I wouldn't I binged that whole freaking series, and it wasn't that bad, but and then they canceled it, so I was like, what the hell, It's like I got into something because I didn't know nothing about it because I didn't watch the animes, but
I'll catch you later, Jasonlee. I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Austinator, be good, be safe, everybody. Everybody in the chat, talk to y'all later. Good night.
That link real quick. That one, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. I can do it in StreamYard here. Let me see. Crap. Let's see something. Oh, that's the hip monkey. Let me see if I can bring it over here. Let me see. Let me see. 1 second. This that hit monkey thing. I won't put the it's got music on it. It's violent. See, it's pretty damn violent.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's like John Wick. Yeah, it's like what you call it? It's like John Wick, like animated John Wick, like with a monkey. Yeah, it's pretty violent. And what sucks, that series, I know we fixed the shutdown, but that series, they were supposed to do a Howard the Duck show too, and I was really looking forward to that. And they freaking Dazzler and what was it, Dazzler and what's the other name? It was 2 other shows they were supposed to do, and they canceled them. But yeah, G liked it, but. All right, guys, we're going to shut down. I appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, check us out next Friday, 11:15, guys. Peace.
Peace.
I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly.
Hey, you! What the fuck is this?